Hey guys, Huzzy bringing you another video. Now welcome to more Climb to Master, but in a slightly different way. This is POV commentaries. Now you guys really enjoyed them the last time we did them, and I will say you've got two of them now back to back. So we have this Morgana game, and we have, I will say, a Z game for your next one. So as always, you can see me in the bottom left. I will be typing a little bit here or there about my thoughts here or there. What I would say is the reason why I was doing this, I wasn't planning on doing this, but basically I was feeling, when I recorded this, this was Tuesday, and for whatever reason, I don't still really know why, I was feeling really out of it during the stream. Like, mental fog, was just feeling a bit ill, and before people say I did test negative later in the day, so that's good, but I did actually think I might have been positive again. But no, it's not that, which is good. But that meant I didn't play great, and we ended the stream on a negative win rate, I believe. I think we had 2 wins, 3 losses or something like that. So not a incredibly terrible bad win rate, but it was a negative win rate. Anyway, you can see the late invade happening from that Pantheon. I will say, this Pantheon makes an appearance in both of these games, by the way, because I did play them back to back, and he was on the enemy team both games in a row. So the reason why I played this is because I finished the stream on a negative win rate, and as the day progressed, you know, I didn't do a short stream, but I didn't do like a full one. I got a little bit better. I think I just chilled out a little bit. I had a bit of porridge, which was nice, and it was the evening, and I'd probably say about 11 PM maybe, and I was like, I really, you know, when you're wanting to climb in solo queue, you don't want to have a day on a negative win rate. You know, a 50% win rate, that's fine, but you don't want a negative win rate day. Meanwhile, you can see I'm late to lane because I'm like, where the hell is this enemy bot lane? And yeah, they were late too, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, meanwhile, cheesy Pantheon level 2 gank, and I will say that was a theme of this player. Both games that you'll watch is he was a really cheesy Panth player, like partially is cheese, but partially actually is what you have to do on Pantheon. You have to play hyper aggressive like that in the early game because you fall off a cliff in terms of scaling. But yeah, so that's why I did these 2 games later in the day when I was feeling a bit better, just to try and get myself at least that 50% win rate, at least. Now, the title of this video, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be like incredible carry or something with Morgana. So you'll see throughout this game things that we do, and I obviously will try my best to point them out. But, you know, I have played a decent amount of Morgana this season. I think she's my 3rd or 4th most played champion at the moment. And I genuinely would say she's underrated. People don't play her. Like, I don't know why. She is, I will say, you know, a very hit or miss champion. You know, goes to that saying with her bind. If you're on point with them, it's kind of like a blitzcrank. If you land your hooks with blitzcrank, you can win your team the game. If you do the opposite, you will lose your team the game. Another Pantheon gank is coming in. And here's where the absolute fiesta begins. Zyrus flashed. Jhin flashed. He survives for now. And I'm literally, if I'm not, you know, I'm like, wait a minute. That Pantheon's got doubles. He's quite squishy. Also, a lot of tanking minions is happening. So here we go. We get the minions on board. I go for the flash auto, first blood. Viger's flashed aggressively for Jhin. He's now in trouble. So he's going to go down. I do unfortunately walk into that trap, but I bind the Pantheon on purpose because if I kill the Pantheon first, he's got doubles. I get 1, 2, and yeah, I get all 3. So that's a pretty good start, getting 3 kills in bot lane. I'm even happy, as you can see. I'm pinging myself, and I do the old classic. He's hacking. If you don't know where that's from, by the way, it was from a Call of Duty Warzone streamer, and he hit an insane shot. And in Call of Duty, there's Deathcom, and that, you know, for about 2 seconds after you've killed somebody, their microphone you can hear. And this guy hit an insane snipe on a guy that was parachuting, and all you could hear was, he's hacking, he's hacking, he's hacking. It's a really funny clip. Feel free, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it. Just type in YouTube, he's hacking. Stoddy is the YouTuber, S-T-O-D-E-H, and you'll be able to find the clip, probably. It's just hilarious. Worth knowing, I haven't really pointed out my comp. We've got a Zac top lane, which is a bit weird. But yeah, Zac top versus Riven. Then we've got a Karthus jungle. We've got a Yasuo mid. And then we have us, obviously, in bot lane. Zac does, yes, get a solo kill on Riven, which, I'll be honest, isn't too surprising. Zac, I have said to you guys, how long now? He is overpowered. Yes, I do think he's better in the jungle. Nice Q there by Thingy. W by Jim. What I will say is this bot lane My god, it was annoying. So, unfortunately, as you can see at the beginning of the game, there was no loading screen. Professor was still down, which is really annoying. I did look up the stats at the end of the game, or the players at the end of the game, and from memory, I didn't do this now, I did it last night when I played the games. The Zyra was a pure one-trick. Like, literally, they are a only Zyra player. And then the Viger player, I think, wasn't a Viger. Like, he did play Viger, but he wasn't, like, a main, I think. Our team, which was quite a nice, you know, maybe slight spoiler, we actually had a pretty good Yasuo. And, you know, Yasuo, I don't think it's even a controversial thing to say. He is probably League's most popular champion. And that's probably why you get so many people that are just quite bad on that champion, because he's very popular. And he's, you know, high risk, high reward. You know, Yasuo, to me, is what most champions should feel like for being a high risk playstyle. Of, like, there is a reason that most Yasuos will go 0-10 and there's a whole meme about it, because he's really high risk. But if you have that Yasuo, he just gets a solo kill right there. If you have that Yasuo that's really good, they are impressive and they can carry by themselves, or like do a really good job about it. But that's where I think, again, the game has gotten a bit meh, because it's too consistent for so many champions that they are, like Riot's even said recently in some of their dev blogs, the game has become high reward, low risk. Even if you're playing a champion that should be high risk, high reward. Like, again, Yone is very similar to that. He's pretty low risk when he really shouldn't be. Or the assassins in the game right now. They are very low risk, high reward, because that's just the way the game has become. But yeah, I will say, obviously, we do play Zed in the game after this, and that was really fun. I did specifically play a game of Zed, it has to be said. Not on stream for the first game of Zed this season, because... man, streaming, you know, maybe not a surprise. It's a really big distraction. Meanwhile, my Jhin, from memory also, you might notice this guy's summoner name was Shen 1v9. Yeah, he wasn't an AD carry player, from memory. So, unfortunate that we didn't get an AD carry main, but, you know, you get what you're given. But the enemy bot lane, you know, very, very annoying lane to deal with. It's just constant harass from ranged mages. It's you get it from Viger that he's caging and he's looking for that, and then you get Zyra plants on top of you. It's just constant. It's really irritating to deal with. Obviously, Morgana's okay against this lane because Black Shield, like, you know, goes, you know, the Viger's wasting his cage most of the time, which is going to hurt his mana. But Morgana, you know, it's good and bad against them because Black Shield can save your life versus something like a Viger. But at the same, you know, the same swing is it's nearly impossible for me to hit consistent Qs because, one, how defensive they can play and how far back they can play, and also they've got all these plants and everything eventually that can block my Qs. Really irritating to deal with. But that's just the way of it. The one good thing I will say, both teams had really good scaling, and you can see me typing in the chat, what an annoying lane. Yeah, literally, I was just like, this is really annoying to deal with. You know, an early triple kill normally would get you kind of snowballing in lane. We couldn't snowball off them, and maybe if the Jhin was a bit more of an AD carrier player and he didn't get caught by a couple cages here and there, maybe that would have made a difference, but honestly, I don't even think it would have made a major difference at all. Anyway, yeah, both teams scale quite well, but the biggest thing is the Pantheon. He falls off a cliff. So he has that high aggressive playstyle. I think he's even bought Mobies. So, you know, he's very much ganking. If you look, he hasn't got Mobies yet, but look at the farm difference in the jungling. It's night and day. That this Karthus is near, or it was right now, basically double the farm of Pantheon. I was looking for a cheeky, like, side play. I do hit the Zyra then eventually, and we get some good damage, but I'm also taking a lot of damage too. That's the point. For me to land a bind, I've got to put myself in a tricky situation that I could get killed. Now, unfortunately, a series of unfortunate events that obviously Yasuo goes down, and then Karthus goes to hold mid. And I think the Karthus was actively trying to fight the Cassio, which I don't think is a great idea. Meanwhile, Pantheon is ulting down here. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go aggressive because at this point I think I'm basically dead. One, I think I do badly. Yeah, I do. I don't ignite. I literally didn't ignite that Zyra. That's really bad because that's a free kill. I blew stopwatch here, sorry, because I'm like, maybe there's a chance to get something, but in the end, I don't, and yeah, really annoying. The Pantheon is just ganking like mad, and that is the annoying thing with this guy's playstyle. I'm not going to farm at all. I fall off, so I just basically got to constantly gank. You know, remember, I did end up with that basically triple kill at level 2 or whatever it was, but that was from a Pantheon gank straight away. He wanted a gank at level 2. Oh, that was it. He wanted a gank at level 2. We saw him, and then he came back at level 3. It's just like, Jesus. So we say, annoying game so far, we have zero pressure anywhere. So that is just a statement, just if you're wondering what my gamer thoughts are at the moment. It is an annoying game. We're dealing with a frustrating bot lane. Nice kill by Yasuo there. We're dealing with a frustrating bot lane, and we're obviously, and I don't know what that Jhin ult was, we're getting zero ganks. But that is part and parcel of having a Karthus jungle in modern day League. Karthus isn't exactly what I would describe as, well, he partially is and partially isn't what I would describe as a modern day jungler. He's good because he scales, and you kind of need to scale in modern day League. You know, the champions like Pantheon struggle if they don't end the game in 20 minutes. So Karthus has got that for him. He scales really good. But on the flip side, you have zero pressure in the early game, like literally none. Some late game champs, and by the way, look what just happened if you're wondering. Pantheon, so Karthus was doing the Rift Herald. He was doing it, I guess, without priority. So yeah, Karthus is getting owned at the moment. He was doing it without having priority, so Pantheon just walked up and stole it, and then killed Karthus. So in the last minute or two, this game has gotten a lot worse. So I'm going to go aggressive just to see what we could do here. Unfortunately, I missed that bind, and yeah. But I saw Yasuo was coming down, so that's why if you're wondering, why did you go aggressive? I saw Yasuo was coming down, and we do end up with a double kill. So it's overall worth completely. It's not a bad thing to do that. I'm a support at the end of the day, so trading my life for both of the enemies, and my Jhin gets to stay bot lane to get bonus XP and get more farm is fine. You know, it's good. Meanwhile, Zach's doing his first roam because, as I think I was mentioning, the Riven roamed earlier, which is a bit random, and he's roaming on Dragon Spawn. Pantheon going aggressive, which I do find a bit of a weird move. Yasuo does have ult, and he's pinging it. They are pinging to go aggressive. We don't have Karthus ult yet. There's the bingo bango. There's the Yasuo ultimate. I'm in the area. I get a shutdown randomly, of all people to get one, sure. I'm hovering around because I'm not sure it's actually smart to fully commit to this, but they are getting a bunch of kills, and no one's dead. Honestly, I'm quite shocked that Veigar didn't just smash that Karthus and kill him, to be honest. And that right there, couple kills, completely gives us all Infernal Dragon priority. And that's, you know, the difference of your top lane running down and theirs not. Riven stayed top lane. Jin's up there dealing with her now, but we get the Infernal Dragon, we get a couple kills, and that's absolutely fantastic. So that was really nice. I think the Riven player was a Riven one trick from memory. But again, I don't know, it's what we've always spoken about with server differences. I've never been scared of Riven. Meanwhile, I was thinking that, oh, Veigar's alone here, but then I noticed Zyra was underneath me. I was like, hello. So that's that. And then, lo and behold, who's bot lane again? Yes, the Pantheon's bot lane again. Now, watch this, everybody. This is kind of how weak Pantheon is. So he's going to go all in, and bang, bing, boom. So I basically nearly one-shot him by myself, and then Karthus finished him off. That's Pantheon. I don't think it's any shock. I don't rate Pantheon as a great champion. You know, it doesn't say you can, you won't do bad, you'll always do bad with him. You know, he's done some okay ganks this game. It's that playstyle of constantly ganking. It's not to say that he won't do anything better this game. He will probably make a couple plays in this game. Just overall, in especially modern day League, he just doesn't do it for me. You know, I have it in my head whether it's a good or a bad thing. Even though I love Renekton, I will probably never play Renekton again because the game has moved forward from an early game playstyle. Players have got smarter. If I don't feed a Renekton or I don't feed this Pantheon, they're going to fall off and I'm going to outscale them. And the higher rating you go, players know that. So, it's just in my head. No, this was an unfortunate situation leading up, by the way. I pinged that I'm a little bit gold ahead. Now, we could have gone back. I could have waited for a little bit of gold. But I think me pinging, I need 20 gold, stopped the Jhin basing, and then so we both didn't base, and we died from a Pantheon gank. And that's, he's been here, 5 times maybe in bot lane. Karthus has been here 0. So that obviously was a bit of an annoying situation. But that I will take partial responsibility for that death because Jhin, you could see, wanted to go back. I pinged, I nearly have my item, I could do with a little bit more gold, and therefore Jhin didn't go back, and that's why we both died. So it's unfortunate, it's the timing of everything, but it is what it is. Pantheon now ganking the Yasuo, trying to make again another thing happen. He's literally not farming, he's going gank to gank to gank at this point. you know, again, it probably is that kind of ticking time bomb philosophy of like, I really need to snowball the game now, otherwise I'm in trouble. Now the bad thing, well, he gets a kill with Cass, but then he dies again. He shouldn't be trying to die at the moment. That's the point also. So I'm going to walk mid lane and just cover off the lane. You know, one good tip that I would give players is if there's gold going, no matter what champion you're playing, take it. You know, nobody was mid lane for that wave. People were dead. So that would have just died to the tower. I get a full wave of gold as a support. Fantastic. Take the free gold. You know, especially as like a support or a jungler. You know, if your laner's died and you're not going to completely screw their lane position up, take a wave. Why not? That's how, like, you know, some players who play like Graves, for example, meanwhile hit the Q, going to go for the all-in. Maybe I should have flashed, by the way, because Zyra, you know, she survived quite a lot at kind of a really low health. It's been quite annoying because she should have probably died a few more times. She's always just flashed away from me, or, you know, I didn't ignite her at the right time. But it does show the damage of Morgana is quite there. I do obviously have my Leandries. I do have my Sork boots. So, you know, I'm pretty strong at the moment. Jhin misses W, unfortunately. Gonna go for the Yasuo. I'm gonna spell shield him. Lovely tornado by him, and Jhin picks up a kill, which was a great play. Nice little team play there. I'm walking just around the map just to get some general vision, by the way. Zac, believe it or not, as strong as that champion is, yeah, he's just casually invading their jungle without a care in the world. To be honest, a Riven wouldn't be able to fight him right now. A Pantheon would definitely not be able to fight this Zac right now. Just reminding everybody, Riot did make a hitbox basically broken. Anyway, a engage on me is happening. I don't believe that Q missed, by the way. I literally couldn't believe it. And what this turns into, yep, it's 5 mid. All 5 of the enemy team were mid, and it was just 3 of us. Karthus was back, so not really his fault. Well, it's no one's fault. But yeah, Karthus was back, and Yasuo was bot. So, wasn't expecting 5 players to be mid lane, if I was completely honest. So we just got a little bit outnumbered in that situation, which is unfortunate, but yeah. It goes, you know, I will say our comp, you know, it doesn't take rocket science, I guess, to work out. We are a grouping comp. I think I might mention that later in the chat in the bottom left. I'm like, the Yasuo seems good. We just do not need him to have that I'm split pushing mentality. That's going to actively lose us the game. We need to group. The Karthus trying his best to fight the Cass, but again, the Karthus was having a pretty bad game. I don't know why. You can see I'm pinging the dragon and then pinging him because it's just a silly death. You're the jungler that's dying just before dragon spawn. That's where from memory, I don't think this Karthus was a jungler, maybe, because the jungle sense was just not there. It just wasn't, because you don't die just before dragon as the jungler. Meanwhile, Zac is killing the Riven. He does take a little while to actually finish off the kill, because he doesn't actually have an execute, but still, it's not bad. Spell shield the Jhin. He does land that. I'm going to go all in here, but yeah, there's another Pantheon. But I do get the Viger, which is not bad. And, Yasuo, yeah, he has stayed bot lane the entire time. He's got the tier 2, and he is just staying bot, which is a little bit weird, but he'll be getting rich from all the farm, I guess, and getting solo XP. Obviously, that's always been one of my weaknesses as a mid laner, of not trusting my team a little bit, and solo pushing. Now, Pantheon, I don't know, tried to take on the Yasuo. He did have the Zyra nearby, but, like, you're not beating a Yasuo at this stage of the game as a Panth. Like, so there I'm saying the Yasuo seems good, just need him to be involved, and that's the point. We just need him to be involved in the group, and we'll be completely fine. We've got, obviously, a Zac that gives him the engage on multiple people, potentially, for the knock-up. We have again, it's a fantastic grouping team, because you've got the Zac that jumps in and engages for their Yasuo. You have a Jhin that's way in the backline, pretty safe, just firing his shots over the team fight and, you know, not really getting killed from that. Popping the crown, by the way, of Cassio. You have a Morgana that's going to, again, I'm going to walk into the middle of the team fight and CC everybody. And, again, Karthus making another mistake. I don't know what this guy was doing. Invading as a Karthus jungle without flash. I don't know. Anyway... so yeah, you have a Morgana that's going to walk in and CC everybody, and then you have a Karthus that's also going to walk in and do insane amounts of AoE as well. It's an incredibly obnoxious good team fight comp. Like, again, very hard to deal with. Now, does anybody spot a problem that, yeah, I did straight away? We have 2 split pushers. So the enemy team's just kind of doing, like, nice grouping things. They're getting a tower. I was actually worried, by the way, they were just going to continue going mid then, but they didn't. They stopped for some reason. But yeah, we had Zac top at that time, and then we had Yasuo bot. Lovely W. I'm going to put my W on. I actually get the kill, which is a bit crazy. Yasuo goes down, unfortunately. And now again, another team. I do not know how he missed that shot. That Jhin missing that shot was wild. So yeah, I don't know. So Zac getting the Riven, but now we're on the back foot. So again, not a grouping team fight again. So we got Yasuo went in early and got killed, I guess. Jhin was missing 3 shots, and we don't have Karthus. So some of the play in this game is scary bad. It was. Some of this play was very bad. Does that mean that we're going to lose the game? No. Just, you know, pointing out the mindset in the chat. And, you know, I think that is just pretty factual. Some of the game was really bad. Like this Karthus, I will say, was lost in this game. I don't know. The lucky thing, I will say, of having a relatively not great player on Karthus is you know he's going to be useful anyway. Like, that's the good thing. He's going to press R. It's going to do a lot of damage on all 5 of the opponents. That's a good thing. That's not a negative. Yes, it would be better if the Karthus was playing a bit better and wasn't making him die, like having really random deaths. But yeah, at least he's playing Karthus, and at least that scales well. Now, what I would say is obviously we did good in the early game, and some people may go, Huzz, if the title of this video is like carrying on Morgana, where's that? So we're getting into the stage that I now start from memory playing a lot better. So I think, for whatever reason, the team does get it into their mind that we just need to group. And this is where I would say one of my strengths as a player is grouping. I think it always has been, to be honest. So now we're going to start trying to do what we can as Morgana, moving forward into this game and seeing what we can do. And obviously the main job as Morgana is landing clutch binds. So let's see if we can. Alright, so Zac looking for an engage, does get it. I'm going to spell shield the Yasuo so he can be relatively safe. Cassio getting caught out. Missed the first Q, though, unfortunately, on the old Vigar. Karthus ult coming over the top, and the team fight not looking too hot. Vigar flashing, by the way, you know, forward. Enemy team looking quite aggressive. Zyra flashes into my pool. He goes down. Pantheon gets killed trying to run at the gym. Karthus is now involved. Karthus gets the max range Q, gets a shutdown. Riven is alive, and Cassio is alive. Gonna go for the Riven. Bam, hit that. Gives them the kill over there. Double kill Karthus. Very, very nice. So that is overall a really good team fight. Hit some good binds in that fight. Not my best ultimate, because again, it was more of a zoning ultimate and made the enemy team walk away instead of walking forward, which is not a bad thing. But Baron has been cool. Now, I will say, I like this Baron call. It is risky, because, you know, we don't exactly have a tanky person just tanking it, and Karthus is very low on mana. Now, this is like, oh my god, disaster. Here we go. Well, I'm going to land a bind with the kill, 1,000 gold to me, while tanking the Baron. By the way, I didn't even move. I kept tanking the Baron the entire time. Maybe would have been better if Karthus got the kill there, because he would have got blue buff, and that would have helped. And this was frustrating for me, by the way. He's going, dude, I'm carrying so... Pantheon. Yep, that was a bit annoying. So this Pantheon, I will say, had... He was annoying me. He ganked constantly. He ganked bot lane constantly. And just reminding everybody, he was in next game as well. So, yeah. Anyway, for some reason, Yasuo overextends and gets caught again. So, for everything that good happens, something frustrating happens too. Karthus, I don't know what the hell, like, Zyra's planning. She tried to take on a Karthus in late game. We now are on the back foot, though, of a Pantheon. He's W'ing. The weird thing there, he is going to go down, but the Jhin kind of got Karthus killed because the Jhin gave the range for the Pantheon to W. The thing is, though, Dragon's about to spawn, and both junglers are dead. So it's now completely opened up Dragon for both teams again. Some of you may have forgotten that there's a Riven in this game, by the way. There is one, I promise you. There she is. Jin's going to escape, land a bind, going to go for my ultimate just to kind of slow down the Riven. My bind, by the way, if you look down there, that killed the Vicar. He walked on my pool, and my pool got the kill, because don't forget, Morgana pool is an execute. It does more damage the lower health you are. So that was quite funny that I ended up with a Vicar kill when, honestly, I didn't even realise what happened straight away. I was like, wait, how did I kill him? And then I later kind of realised, I was going, oh, the pool. So Cass trying to make her way over, just zoning as much as I can, which is going to give us the Dragon. Very nice. Yeah, so looking aggressive. Do throw my spell shield when I can, if he's looking for an aggressive play. If he randomly hit that tornado, then having the black shield would have helped him, because, you know, doesn't get CC'd straight away, for example. Gonna go back, though, and buy Demonic, so it is quite an aggressive build is what I'm doing. Arguably, I will say, bad me. Should have bought a Control Ward there, so that is one thing I could mention about improving. Buy Control Wards when you can afford them. But anyway, we are, I think, now with Baron should be grouping. Jin, unfortunately, does overstay a bit, but I think he was trying to get an item, maybe. I think he just got a pickaxe, which is a bit weird. But anyway, like, you know, it's not weird he's got a pickaxe, but it's weird that maybe he stayed that much for a pickaxe. Anyway, Yasuo getting caught. Land a nice bind. Zac, though, don't think he's got the damage. But you can see my damage is definitely ticking on this Cassio, which is very nice. Go for another bind. Miss it, but with the Caster's Q, with my damage, we do get that. Lovely W over the top by Thingy. Big combo. They're both dead. Very nice with the Caster's Ultimate over the top. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what I was speaking about earlier. Our team fight is ridiculous. Like, there's not an answer to it. Like, there just isn't. So Karthus is pinging me. I think these were good pings. I think people were paying attention to, wow, this Morgana is actually doing well. If you notice, by the way, guys, I'm 11-7-10. I've got 11 kills on Morgana support. Not a bad game at all. So very happy about that. And reason, if you're like, Huz, why did you go tank the tower? I was making it very obvious that I wanted my team to keep autoing the tower. So many people would randomly walk away after getting in a hit. You're like, dude, win the game. Just end. Riven going aggressive. Misses me with her ultimate, which I was a bit surprised about. Enemy team going to do what they can, I guess, to try and stop us ending. But this game, I will say, I feel that this game was kind of inevitable that we were going to win. Final kill for me. I think I ended in 12 kills. And I end on a rampage too. So that's where I had a good early game with getting that. I think it was officially a double kill, but it was a triple. Got the triple early. Then the lane phase to mid game was a bit iffy, but then just completely dominating later in the game. Like hitting really good binds. I gave the honor to the Yasuo because I think he played really well. But yeah, hitting insanely good binds, setting up plays, combining with the team that we had, it worked awesome. So I go 12-7-12. So I've got in kill involvement of 24 out of 36 kills, 66% kill involvement. Damage-wise, I'm doing the second most damage on my team, just beating the Zac. Yes, my Jin did the least damage on my team. Again, he wasn't a great player. The Yasuo actually doesn't do a lot of damage total, but he did some good things. But the Riven basically couldn't play this game. Karthus dealing the most damage, clearly, because it's a Karthus. He just presses R and it does a lot of damage. And yeah, I did think I pointed out, by the way, I don't think I got a single honor for this match. That did surprise me, because I think I did actually carry quite hard, but it is what it is. But if you guys enjoyed this POV commentary, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. Just reminding you, though, the next POV commentary will be on Zed. Yes, my official return to Zed in solo queue. But anyway, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.